Hey, I'm Kevin Pettit.
And I'm Martin Frazier.
And we are Loud Americans Discussing Soccer, better known as Lads.
Fuck with it.
Yeah, I am a fan. I've been tired of these goddamn bottles.
I know, we've missed like our signature sound of
Yeah, because you used to just drink PBR, and then we're like, oh, maybe we should try something else that's not shitty beer.
treat yourself.
But on weekends, I still just only drink PBR. I do this for you. It's for the people. I drink these craft beers. But today, we are trying Pounder Pills, which anything that's like, sounds like I'm pounding beers. Sounds pretty good. By Heavy Seas, which doesn't like a lot of like, what's it called? Like Applebee's and like,
Do they?
have this as like a draft beer. I think in Delaware. I think it's like a really popular. Is it from Delaware? Or is it from?
I have no idea. Clipper City Brewing Company, Baltimore, Maryland. I've never seen this before.
No, I think I've seen it in like some places like on the border of Delaware and stuff. But it's cool. It's got like a skull, some cannonballs on it and stuff. I mean, if you're watching, this is on our YouTube channel, Kevin J Pettit. I feel like I gotta start posting that more.
Yeah,
like
or
trying to advertising.
Like, I don't know. Can you change your name on YouTube?
I don't know. I think I tried before, but it's like hooked up to my Gmail. So
see, they're tracking you.
They're fucking
Gmail.
tracking me, man.
Before we jump into this podcast, I did want to tell you guys something that came up last time we were recording. So on Tuesday, Kevin got new glasses. He went to this
real hipster place.
Hipster.
It's called Warby Parker, and it's awesome. I wish we were sponsored by Warby Parker.
Yeah, Warby Parker represent.
And you can go there and get glasses for $95 plus prescription. Fuck yes.
So he tells me all this, and obviously we both wear glasses, and I paid like $250 for my Target glasses, and I was like, shit, I gotta check this out. And I didn't look up anything on my phone. I didn't Google anything on a tablet, computer. And then I got to work the next day, and at like 9:50 in the morning, I was like, okay, Google, let's read something. And I almost shit myself. I like took a picture of it on my phone.
Oh yeah,
ran over to Kevin.
Literally came screaming over to my desk like, "Who the fucking government, man?" Literally like crazy conspiracy theory guy.
But it's fucking true.
Comes screaming over. He's like, "Dude, we talked about it for 2 minutes."
They're tracking us.
They are tracking us, but it's pretty funny how that works. Like I literally like my girlfriend got me that constellation thing where it's literally like like it shows where like the constellations of what the stars would have looked like when you were born. And I never Googled it because I just got it from my girlfriend. Literally just starts coming up on my feed. We're just being tracked, man. And it's fine. I'm fine with it.
It's not cool. It's why I don't
Terminator. I'm ready.
I don't trust them.
Those Boston dogs that can like walk over shit and like tackle people.
Yeah.
The AI dogs.
Yeah.
I'm all about them. It's like
Except
Black
shit
Mirror.
at soccer. Have you seen them play soccer?
Yeah, at least we got that going for us. They're gonna murder. They're gonna murder us. But
yeah, but we'll beat them if push comes to shove and it's like a NBA Jam style War of the Worlds.
Ooh,
we got that. Soccer players can beat dog soccer players, robotic dog soccer players.
Ooh.
Right now.
Who would you pick for Space Jam? Your player that like because like in Space Jam they pick Michael Jordan, best player in the world.
It's gotta be Ronaldo, not just because he's the best, but because it's his bread and butter, being the savior, being
not Messi,
greater than thou. Well, not in the World Cups.
Same with Ronaldo.
Hey, he won the Euros, so
Messi can't compete in that. So what do you?
Messi didn't win the South American version of the Euros,
which we shit on anyway. He says it doesn't even count as an international competition.
So he should win it easily.
All right, this
is how we work.
This is literally all day. We just literally bicker back and forth with each other like fucking Golden Girls.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous. Anyway, what this podcast is about? We are about 5 minutes in. I posted today. Who is the third best player in the world? Which I love this debate. It is way better than the Messi Ronaldo debate because I'm so fucking sick of that debate. Like it's either Team Messi or Team Ronaldo.
As we just got into it literally 30 seconds ago.
Literally, we just got as sports fans, we still get heated about it, which is so funny. It's like MJ LeBron. Like I'm so sick of it. Like I'm done with these debates. This is the debate I'm all about. Because it's just not one or two. There are a slew of answers. People have different reasons, like different choices for different reasons. It's like there's Messi, Ronaldo, and then there's everybody else.
And then multiple choice.
Yeah, it's literally like there are several other choices. So I posted this picture, which people were like kind of getting mad about. So I posted it on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, which is all like Lads Podcast, or just Google Loud Americans Discussing Soccer. And people were getting livid because I just picked like 4 top players on top of my head. I didn't mean for them to be like, these are your only choices, because I put Mo Salah, I put Kevin De Bruyne, I put Neymar, and I also put Antoine Griezmann, which I just thought those are top 10 players, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, especially recency bias, especially with Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. And Antoine Griezmann, congrats, winning the Europa League. Shout out, beating Marseille, scoring a brace.
He did.
He got
3-0.
Got that nice flick over, or what's the word I'm looking for? Chip Kelly.
See, this is why I'm here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just chime in like every couple minutes when Kev can't remember a word.
Yep. No, I'm fucking.
I got you.
I'm fucking stupid. So this brings us to the point. So this is what the comments section was all about on our Facebook. Some on the Twitter. Some on what's it called? I haven't checked the Twitter poll. I ran a poll today.
I think I saw that Neymar was winning comfortably.
Was he really?
I think he had like 36% of the vote, but this was at like 2, so it only had been a couple hours.
Yeah, it's only been a couple hours. What's today? The 17th? May 17th, 2018?
It is, because VMI graduated yesterday.
That's true.
Shout out to all you grads. Welcome to the real world, which is somehow shittier than VMI.
Yeah, me and Martin, as 2 Virginia Military Institute graduates, now 2 years graduated. Weird.
Awful.
Awful. Hey, we started a podcast, so nice one on us. Hey, go present us about not shitty past us, but current us is pretty good.
All right, current us.
We fuck.
Today we're all right.
We're all right. Cheers. Hey. So, the debate is, who is the 3rd best player in the world? So how do we want to do this? Do we just want to? Should we just go through the cases for some of these players, or just like talk about like some of the people we've listed as the 3rd best player in the world?
Let's name some names first, and then we'll get into the dirty deeds later. So first off, and obviously the most popular, I think, is Neymar, and then it's followed by Mohamed Salah. Then you've got Kevin De Bruyne. Then you've got Robert Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Antoine Griezmann, and like Kev said earlier, y'all were going crazy in the comments, and that's what I fucking love, because every single soccer head out there is fucking stubborn, and they fucking know that their player is the 3rd best player, which I fuck with heavy. So yeah, there's so many more to choose from. Like Suarez, off the top of my head, we didn't even mention him. Eriksen could be named as a top 10 player. You've got Dybala, you've got Higuain, you've got
Toni Kroos,
Modric, Hazard. You've got
Eden Hazard. Yeah, he's. I think we're doing a lot of like recency, like right now. Who is the 3rd best player in the world? And I think I saw an Arsenal fan put Aubameyang. Good try. That was fun. Like,
dude's like top 50 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, top.
That's why I said for sure.
Like making it maybe he might like hit the top 20
in the world.
I said might, so he might be in 20 to 30.
All right, so let's.
That's fair, right?
That's fair, but I do want to throw this little caveat. We talked about this this afternoon. Most of these players that we're picking, that y'all picked, and that we're going to be talking about, actually all the players that we're going to be talking about today, are strikers or midfielders. And I was talking today how it's a shame that defenders and goalies and center defensive mids, who are fantastic at their position and considered either the best, some of the best positional players, aren't going to be considered for this debate. It's not considered for the Golden Boot more often than not. And I think that's just an inherent bias, because I'm a dad at this point. Not a real dad, but a dad mentality.
You might be.
Easy. Fair, but easy.
Somewhere in the Midwest who you don't know.
Or Florida.
Atlantic City.
There might
be a little Marty running around somewhere.
That poor
fucking kid. I'm sorry.
If this is how you find out, it's fitting, bro.
We're drinking on a soccer podcast.
Yeah, sorry, kid.
That kid's
your dad hates you.
He's gonna kill himself. Well, You do bring up the interesting point about like defensive players and goalies do not get enough credit. Probably the most recent where one of those types of players have gotten the most credit was probably Manuel Neuer a couple years ago when he came in third for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying my dad position point of view is defense wins championships. I fucking love defense. But at the end of the day, if I'm choosing the best player, I'm always going to choose the attacking players, regardless of...
Hey, babe, you're calling during my podcast.
What?
Joyce, you're on air.
Joyce, you're on air right now.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on, Joyce. I want your opinion on this.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
All right, so who is the third best player in the world right now?
I don't know that, but I do know what a fluffer is, and I mean,
That's critical information. That's better than any player ever.
I think that's more cerebral than best player.
I don't even know what cerebral means.
She just dropped cerebral on us. Does she know we're not fucking idiots? Oh my god. Well, babe, that was we appreciate your input. We'll make sure to have you on shortly for the next episode. But I'm glad you knew what a fluffer is and I didn't.
So, well, no. I'm really sorry though. Okay, bye.
It's okay. Bye, babe. Oh, that was too great. She just kept blowing up my phone, so.
I mean, you kind of have to at that point.
Yeah, at that point, it's like I'm in the doghouse.
You're either going to answer or you're going to text back in like 30 minutes and be like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. So I can't wait for her to be like, you're going to put me in your podcast. Absolutely. That was some great stuff. I'm so mad because in our last podcast, I did not know what a fluffer was, which is a woman who's somehow credited for helping a man keep a boner.
Reclaim a boner.
Take back the hill that he's lost the boner on.
Take back the tent.
And I did not know what that was. And I asked her last night, we were FaceTiming, and she was like, yeah, that's like some, like casually, like literally.
See, okay, so I'm not insane for knowing that.
And like a ton of our friends are like, yeah, Kevin, you don't know what a fluffer is? I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know the behind the scenes of porn. I don't watch the documentary. I haven't watched the 30 for 30 on the most recent porn.
Yo, I would 100% watch a 30 for 30 on the
Is that
porn
the industry we should get into? 30 for 30s on different porn movies?
All right.
Are they called porn movies? Are they films?
I think they're called pornographic films.
I don't like that's too long.
And it sounds dirtier than porn.
Anyway, so back to soccer. Where did we leave off? I don't even remember.
Let's just start with Neymar. Let's kick it off.
Okay, so we're doing top 3 players in the world. Let's start with Neymar Jr. What is Neymar's first name?
It's like Vinicius or
something like that. Okay, it's kind of like Beyonce or Cher. I just know him as Neymar. Like Kevin De Bruyne, that's a full fucking name. Mohamed Salah. What's Lewandowski's first name?
Robert, yeah.
What's the Game of Thrones? Robert the Baratheon. The king of the... I'm so flustered having my girlfriend on the podcast. So Neymar left Barcelona, and I think when he left Barcelona, when he was at Barcelona, we were considering him a top 3 player.
I was, absolutely.
Yeah, and being that age, we were like, holy shit, I think he may have solidified that spot when he was at Barcelona. And then he went to Ligue 1, went to the French league, joined PSG for a ridiculous sum of money. What was it, 222 million? Something along those lines. Fuck you, euros to whatever.
220 mil is still a lot of mils.
Whatever, like that's still like funny money to me. Literally, that's a ridiculous amount of money. So the knock on Neymar, which we'll get to more, is let's go through stats. He had over, I think, 19 goals, 15 assists in like
make
20
your case
games.
for Neymar, and I'll get the rebuttal.
I think Neymar has performed at just an absolutely ridiculous level. With the short amount of time he had to produce those goals and assists. Again, like we did this in the last podcast. I can't name his stats, but I'm pretty sure it was close to like 20 goals and 15 assists in like 20 something games. It was like the numbers were like astronomical. Like the goal per game assist was like
it was positive.
It was
positive.
Absolutely ridiculous. And just watching him play, he's got that like it factor that you're watching. Like he passes like the stat test. He also passes the eye test. Like when you see him, you're like, he looks like the third best player in the world, and how he carries himself, how he carries his international squad. So that's going to be the big thing. And I think that's the big thing for you is, one, the French league is not as good as the other top 5 leagues. It is the least, like, in terms of quality.
Yeah. And, this is my big gripe because like Kev said a second ago, last year when he was at Barcelona, I thought he was the number 3 player in the world. I thought he had that guaranteed. I wouldn't put anyone up against him at that point. But my problem with putting Neymar as number 3 in the world is his transfer to PSG. Yeah, and this is what we talked about this morning. Yeah, he has all these stats. Yes, he has a 1 point something goal to game ratio, which is insane. Yeah, he passes the eye test. But the big thing for me is when you take every single league in the world and you rank them toughest to easiest. Both of us agreed that Ligue 1 is the worst league. It's the easiest league.
Well, let's not say the worst.
It's not the It's not the worst.
Least competitive.
Yes, least competitive.
Let's
league.
not be mean. Actually, let's be mean. It's the fucking worst.
It is the worst / least competitive. If you're PC or non-PC, just choose which word you want to throw in there. So when you do that, there is an immediate drop in competition that you play. Neymar went from playing the likes of Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla's, and then yes, there is a gap between those top 4 teams and the rest of the league. But when you look at Ligue 1 and you look at the teams there, you have Monaco, who had a brilliant season last year. Nobody's denying that, but then sold all their players. This year, PSG has beaten Monaco 4 times in a goddamn row. 3 out of the 4 times, Neymar wasn't even on the pitch, and PSG beat him 5-0 and 7-0. And that is the second best team in the league. So, when you go down to a league like Ligue 1, my metaphor, this is how I'm phrasing it, is when you are supposedly the best player in the world, you better fucking play against the best competition, the best players in the world. And Neymar at PSG is just not doing that. It's like fucking taking 2 college athletes, one from the Big Ten and one from whatever fuck D2 school is out there, and saying, look at the stats on the best player in the world, or the best college kid in the world, but he's playing against D2 level schools. So of course his stats are going to be ridiculous. Of course he's going to look fucking amazing. And yeah, the kid might be amazing, but I want to see him in the competition that counts. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, challenging the best players in the world, because anybody can be the best on the pitch full of idiots. And right now, that's where Neymar is, in my head. So, yeah, he's a top 10 player, but solely because he went to PSG and Ligue 1, there is no way in hell I'm considering him number 3.
No, and I see your point. I like that example using the college, because college has so many different divisions, also different like comparing like the SEC to like the Pac-12, or like
right.
You know, like saying like Oklahoma, where what's his name, Baker Mayfield played, they don't really play defense. That's like the big stigma against him. Like that's why his stats were so ridiculous, because in his is it called division or like conference?
Conference, yeah.
In his conference, they're like, oh, well, of course Baker Mayfield did so well because, you know, his conference doesn't play defense. Maybe you could say the same thing about Neymar.
Right.
Where Neymar is absolutely ridiculous, but maybe he's going up against like a bunch of like guys who have actually 2 jobs. You know what I mean? Like some guys who are not only working as a soccer player, but also working, you know, they got a 9-to-5 job on the other end. Yeah. So I see your point. I would say that even though Ligue 1 may be the worst, I mean, it's still a top 5 league.
Least competitive.
I'm so sorry.
I think that's what we agreed upon.
Yes. It was in the prenup. But you still have the likes of Marseille, who just made it to a Europa League final. I do agree with you. Monaco, the grand exodus of Monaco. And you have Lyon, who had like 3 major stars, like that. What's it called? That a lot of teams are going after, like Memphis Depay. What's his name? Fakir. That's his name. I know Liverpool's looking at him. He looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even watch Ligue 1 that much, and then like I just hear his name all the time, so I look up his highlights, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that guy passes the eye test. So I get the knock on Neymar, but I think there is an argument to be made to make him the top 3. But I see for you, this is a very subjective. We're not saying like, no, this guy is the number 3. We're just two dumb idiots from South Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not from, but currently
are here
in Point Breeze,
in Philadelphia in the South.
So let's move on to another candidate, Mohamed Salah. Outstanding individual season. I think in our past weeks of this podcast, we've done nothing but give him the highest of praises.
Yeah.
Golden Boot winner, literally acclaimed. I think it was 37 individual awards this year, something like that.
37?
It was over 30. It was over 30.
Hey.
Because he won like gold.
Oh yeah, in terms of month and shit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he had like Champions League goal of the month.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Champions League player of the month. He won like Liverpool individual player of the month 7 times. Literally like one of the most outstanding individual seasons. We've said this a billion times. And there was talk. I mean, when he was doing some of these feats, like cutting through like 5 or 6 players and scoring goals and like literally putting the team on his back, there was people saying like, is he the next, Messi, Ronaldo? And when you get brought up in that conversation, you immediately get brought up into this debate, which is, are you the 3rd best player in the world? So, and I think the case is strong for him to be the 3rd best player in the world. Obviously, our Facebook comments were absolutely filled with Mo Salah Liverpool fans saying like he's absolutely. Also, he's carried his national team, which I didn't really think of. Someone in the comment section put that he got Egypt, which is literally like Mo Salah and then El Neni is your 2nd best player, and got them into the World Cup qualifying. USA didn't even get into qualifying. Italy didn't get into qualifying. Egypt is, I guess, do they qualify in Europe or in Africa? I forget.
They qualify in Africa, and I figured out in the course of this discussion about Neymar and Salah, I'm just going to come off across as a fucking asshole who disagrees with everything.
Okay.
But, that's me.
Great point. No one from either of our team, Manchester United or Arsenal, are even in the fucking question.
De Gea is the only person from my team, and he's a fucking goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's a goalkeeper, so he's not in the conversation, like we said before, which sucks. I mean, like, no, David De Gea for me is...
He's world class. Yeah, he's untouchable.
Like, you could be the number 1 goalkeeper in the world, you're still not going to be the number 1 player in the world.
Right.
Which, like, you could be individually... Like, I brought this up earlier, like, N'Golo Kante may be the best center defensive midfielder in the world. He will never win the Ballon d'Or.
It's like Adam Vinatieri. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best kickers ever. Never won an MVP.
Oh, yeah. Which he's won several Super Bowls for Tom Brady.
Exactly.
So, like, literally put the team on his back. Without him with those clutch... Like, people will honestly remember those 3 first Super Bowls of Tom Brady. First thing you think of is Adam Vinatieri.
Absolutely. I mean,
so, like, honestly,
it's like the Goldie equation.
I mean, the Skip Baylesses of the fucking world will be like, well, who put him in that position? Yeah, but that's just fucking Skip Bayless.
Adam Vinatieri should win.
Skip. I fucking love Shannon Sharp, which is my mom's actual name now because she married a guy with the last name Sharp.
Still probably the best thing about you.
My mom is also the same name as a 3-time Super Bowl winning tight end.
She
Hall of
basically
Famer.
Is him.
She's pretty much him. Actually, I would take her over him
in a new draft.
If we could
rewind.
I would draft my mom.
Shannon with the 1st round pick.
Yep.
Shannon Sharp.
Go Shan.
Shannon Sharp, sit down. I want this Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. No, not you.
No.
No.
You giant ass man. No.
Shannon.
Mom.
But yeah,
Salah. Yeah. So
back to Muhammad.
Yeah.
The prophet.
The new prophet. The new and improved prophet.
Don't say that. We're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. All right, so Mo. Like Kev said, he had a fucking amazing season. Over 30 fucking awards, over 30 goals, and he's effectively led this team into a Champions League final. So, I guess the question becomes: are we just looking at this season? Are we looking at this season in like a little fucking circle,
like a
There's
bubble,
a phrase,
like a
yeah,
bubble.
bubble.
Like, are we just? That also becomes another part of a tier, which is great because this is a sports debate,
right,
which I love. Because Salah, I mean, hasn't proved anything over a course of many seasons. He has been Roma's player of the season.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so like, and I think this is a great debate. Like take Lewandowski, who's just been fucking crushing shit for as long as I've known Lewandowski, since he was at Borussia Dortmund, ever since he's gone to Bayern Munich, just goal scoring machine. He's just ridiculous. But he has like a deep resume of just crushing shit. Salah really just has his individual season. What, again, one of the best individual seasons of all time. Right. But do you take the collective whole of someone's like resume and work history, or do you take recency bias and say, hey, Salah's had a better season than Lewandowski, obviously he's better? So, do you do consistency or not, or the person's entire resume? Sorry.
I think if in every single debate, in terms of MJ versus LeBron, Messi versus Ronaldo, and all the debates on who is the best, you always look at their whole career. You don't look at one specific season where they fucking were fantastic. And I think that's the argument with Westbrook. Why he will never be one of the greats. Yes, he averaged a fucking triple-double. He passed the record for a triple-double. But that was one fucking season.
2. He did it back-to-back.
Did he fucking really?
Yeah, he did it again this year. And no one blinked a fucking eye.
See,
this is a great example. Harry Kane broke his record for goals. And
3 times in a row, by the way.
Yeah, and we didn't blink an eye this season.
Yeah.
We're just so used to it. And again, maybe are we overstating the value of the Golden Boot Award now? Because if Harry Kane just fucking crushes shit every year but doesn't win anything, same with Russell Westbrook. If he just crushes shit every year with his triple-double, how valuable can a guy be if you're not bringing back silverware? But that's a whole different discussion. But I'm just throwing a little monkey wrench into everything.
I'm just fucking things up.
Yeah, I'm just throwing a little gasoline into the fire.
I love some gasoline. So Mo Salah, it smells cool.
It smells really good.
I genuinely like.
Did you ever like walk into your like grandparents' garage and like just would you like come in and
Kevin, you know I did
that gasoline? Did you ever say
absolutely? I did.
Did you ever just like stand there for like a minute and like just get a little dizzy?
It's like before I found out what alcohol was, and like I was like 8, so good for that.
Some good old fashioned fumes.
Some good old fashioned fumes fixed me right up. Maybe that's why I'm so fucked up.
Yeah,
now.
Probably because I'm so fucking dumb.
Yeah, right. Goddamn gasoline.
All right.
So Mo Salah, I think that
I feel like we've been on Mohamed Salah for like 10 minutes now.
We keep getting on tangents, man. Gasoline. Now we're back to Mohamed, and I think in this case, Mo is a interesting character. Because when he was at Chelsea, he was loaned out to Fiorentina first. He had a pretty damn good season there for his first regular playing season. Then he was loaned out to Roma. He had a pretty damn good season with them. And then again the next year with Roma. Had another really good season. And now he's on Liverpool. And he just had a phenomenal season. So yes, he is improving, but the improvement jumped from here to fucking here. So
it was exponential.
Yeah.
Like
so if
no
you
one
think he can keep this up, if you think he can keep up a 30 plus goal scoring season, then I would have no problem naming Mohamed Salah as the 3rd best player of the year. However, I don't think there's a chance in hell that Salah can replicate this. He had a phenomenal season. I'm not taking anything away from him. But to do this year in, year out, like some of these other players have done, Kev mentioned Lewandowski and Harry Kane, who have done this, who have scored near 30 goals and have become such a huge part to their team and just a lethal striker. If Mohamed Salah can do it over the next 2 years, then yeah, I'm going to put him number 3. But as of right now, top 5 player, doesn't get the edge just because it's his first true breakout season.
Yeah, I guess we gotta see over time. But back to what you're saying about Harry Kane and Lewandowski, it's like we've become numb.
It is.
It's like it doesn't, like back in the day, like if someone had a fucking 30-goal season, we'd be like, oh my god, it's the greatest player of all time.
Right.
Now we're just like, well, they're still not gonna catch Messi and Ronaldo.
Right.
Like, I mean, like they're good, but they're not. Like, which
I
is
blame
so,
it on technology.
Which is so great. Like people, like I want to bring up this point all the time in the podcast, and I always forget it. Like, please, for the love of God, soak in this time while we're living in it with like 2 of the greatest players of all time. Who will go down? Messi and Ronaldo will go down as top 5 players of all time.
I'd say top 2.
I mean, like,
I'm actually going to throw that out there.
There could be an argument. There could be an argument.
Any old heads out there, I would like to see Pele versus Ronaldo. Pele versus the defenses of today, and Ronaldo versus the defenses of yesterday.
Versus Messi. Argentinian versus Argentinian.
Yeah. I would kill to see that shit.
And the thing that holds against, which I hate this old head mentality, like, oh, you need a World Cup to supersede.
No, you don't.
Is that the word? Supersede?
Yeah.
To supersede Pele or Maradona.
No, you don't.
Like, Maradona had one good month. Messi and Ronaldo have had over a decade of just pure excellence at the club level. But if you can't raise your club up, like raise your team, international team.
Has.
Okay, we're not getting back into the Portugal Euro.
Hey, Kevin,
like,
you want to debate this again?
God damn it! How did we get back to Messi versus
We're
Ronaldo?
full circle, motherfucker.
I really hate being a sports fan so much because, like, I tell myself and I tell other people, like, I don't want to debate that. But, like, I remember Big Cat in the recent podcast talked about, in part of my take on Barstool Sports, talked about, like, the MJ LeBron debate and how he makes fun of people for always debating it on, like, ESPN and Fox Sports. But then he knows deep down as a sports fan, he's like, well, no, bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Like Michael Jordan had six undefeated finals. And, like, I literally to myself went, I do the same thing with Messi and Ronaldo. Like, I'm like, yeah, no, they're both great. Like, I say that to people.
And then if
but
it's
deep
me
down,
and Dom going at it, like we have a friend who's a Barcelona fan till he dies and a Messi fan like a motherfucker. And literally every single time he's over, we try not to argue with him. And then within 5 seconds of him just talking shit, we're like, well, if you look at these stats and you compare this shit, you're absolutely fucking wrong. And you know it, Dom.
Yeah,
So
fuck you.
it's
fuck
a problem.
You, Dom.
Let's move on from Salah unless you have any closing words.
No, we've been on Salah for like 10 minutes.
Salah's dangerous.
Salah, I mean, I think he's deserved of those 10 minutes. Let's move on. Shout out to Point Breeze and the cops showing up.
Let's go.
Big surprise. What's up, guys? Again.
Again.
Let's move on to the other person I put into the picture on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Shout out to us. Kevin De Bruyne, King Ginger, probably, best ginger of all time.
No, boy. Watch your fucking self.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Sean Dyche in terms of managers.
Yes.
Paul Scholes.
Yes.
Still probably King Ginger. King Ginge.
Scholes is definitely King
Ginge. For now. Kevin De Bruyne, the cement isn't dry. The cement isn't dry.
Let's see Kevin fucking win a Champions League. Or 2.
I knew this is the one way to rile him up. If you talk shit on Giggsy, Scholesy,
old Rooney.
Old Rooney. I mean, he is pretty old. But all right, so let's move on to the currently best ginger in the world. I can say that.
Yes, you can.
Kevin De Bruyne is the current best ginger in the world.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Kevin De Bruyne, who had a fucking fantastic season for Manchester City. Manchester City's Player of the Year. Assisted on 16 goals.
Yo, shit's going down in South Philly right now.
Wild in South Philadelphia right now. And I know.
What the fuck?
I know. I want to tell this story about how, like, I heard, like, my girlfriend came in and the gunshots went off.
You've told that before.
Did I tell it on the podcast?
Yeah.
Where she, like, walked in and, like, I heard pop, 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 pop. And she was like, what? I'm never moving here. And I was like, yeah, probably fair. Kevin De Bruyne, there's too many words to describe how phenomenal. I mean, a lot of the comparisons have been to, like, an Iniesta, like, of his vision.
Yeah, but more attacking almost, which is scary.
Yeah, which is even more terrifying because also Iniesta he'll go get his own goals too. Yeah. But Kevin De Bruyne seems like, I feel like he's so intelligent, Kevin De Bruyne, that he knows. It's kind of like LeBron James or some of these, like Ben Simmons. Some of these when you have a person who's so gifted, they always pick the correct sports play. Like Kevin De Bruyne goes into a situation, and it's not only that he creates assists, he creates a lot of chances for other players.
Yeah, I was actually looking at these stats where Kevin De Bruyne over the past 3 years, and I think this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where we're numb to all these new accolades. But Kevin De Bruyne in these last, I think it was either 3 or 4 years, fact check me and all that bullshit. But Kevin De Bruyne has the most chances created every single year for the past couple years, and I think he is one of the, before Pep got here, he was one of the more underrated players in the Premier League because he's always had this intelligence. He's just gotten fucking smarter under Pep, which is terrifying. And after the season that he had, if we're talking about recency bias, after the season that he had this year, the man's just a fucking dirty player. And he keeps improving. He's under Pep Guardiola. So I think he has a real shot at a number 3 spot. I think he is a phenomenal all-around player. He doesn't fucking just rely on assists. He doesn't just rely on the accolades, those tangible rewards where you get that shit chalked up in the stat bar. But he's an all-around great player, and he is the motor that keeps that Manchester City midfield flowing into attack, running. And fuck, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if I'm being fucking honest, Kevin De Bruyne is my third best player in the world right now in terms of everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm fucked up.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't even have words. Really? You picked as a Manchester United fan, you have picked you might have to go back after I say the statement. As a Manchester United fan, you have picked Kevin De Bruyne as your third best player in the world, over Mohamed Salah, who we've just said in the last podcast was our Premier League player of the season.
Absolutely.
Wow.
If we don't look just at this season, absolutely.
Okay.
Because
he's been very good these past.
Let me make this argument real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
We've already talked on why I don't think that he should be top 3 because he went to the French league. Mohamed Salah, this is his first breakout season. We also mentioned Lewandowski, plays for Bayern Munich. In the Bundesliga, he has had that consistency, that lethalness. However, Kevin De Bruyne pulls all the fucking strings. And I'm going to pick, this sounds harsh, but I'm going to pick the puppet master over the puppet. Right. Harry Kane, he, in my opinion, is 4th best in the world because he is incredibly lethal, but he also has the skills to provide assist. He also has the skills to play that hold-up possession game.
Oh, I just broke my neck. Go on.
I heard that.
Yeah, that was gross.
So we move on to Antoine Griezmann. At the end of the game, at the end of the discussion, Antoine Griezmann
I just want to bring up a quick point about Kevin De Bruyne that I thought.
I just am saying why KDB is better than all these.
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I'm not slashing and dashing.
Oh, okay.
Griezmann, I'd put him under KDB solely because, again, I'd rather have the puppet master. I'd rather have the person pulling all these fucking strings. Like we said, he's fucking Iniesta in a younger, more attacking form, where
more ginger,
the better.
More hair and ginger.
The 2 best fucking gingers are in the Premier League, so that's saying something. But in my opinion, KDB is the 3rd best player in the world.
I just thought of this when you were going about that. KDB probably would have way more assists if Raheem Sterling could fucking finish a fucking goal.
It's fucking true.
I just literally thought, literally top of my head, I'm thinking about, man, he has created a lot of chances.
Right.
I bet he'd have way more assists if he had someone who could actually finish. Raheem Sterling had probably his best season of all time.
And still missed so many fucking sitters.
Oh my god, so many sitters. Had double-digit goals and assists. And Kevin De Bruyne literally serves balls on a fucking silver platter. He picks the best play for each player. I think David Silva has been such a great mentor to him because David Silva plays that very similar way as that central attacking midfielder.
Absolutely.
Who always picks that best play.
And I also think he's overlooked.
David Silva, obviously. I mean, if we're going to talk about going down the line in terms of best players ever to come out of Man City, David Silva has to be in the conversation as...
I think he's actually the best.
I mean, you have to talk... I mean, the big one was Yaya Toure leaving. And most recently, he's in the conversation. Sergio Aguero will be in the conversation when he leaves. So... Again, Kevin De Bruyne, top class. I can see an argument for him being the top 3rd. Again, these are all just argumentative. If you think KDB is the 3rd best player in the world, good for you. Someone's going to be shouting back Mo Salah, and I understand. And I know why. But if
you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
You're
and
fucking
I fucking
wrong.
hate you, and you should fucking change your entire life so you mimic me completely.
Fucking bitch. So let's move on to Lewandowski, our first player and probably only player from the Bundesliga.
Easy.
I mean, I don't want to say easily, but easily.
I don't want to say facts, but facts.
Lewandowski. What more can you say about a man who's literally averages a season in his league almost 30 goals?
Right. And carries Poland to heights that Poland never even knew
Poland
before.
should not be. Poland, they should not be even in the conversation of like a international power in terms of a world in the World Cup. Like the only reason they have a chance, the only reason Poland has a chance is because of Lewandowski. That's all we talk about. When people talk about like Poland going up against like, let's say, I don't know, Brazil or Germany or someone like that. Literally, the conversation is all about, well, they'll win if Lewandowski has a great day.
They have a decent goalkeeper, I think. I think it's I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember playing.
They have like one or two other players, but it's obviously Lewandowski.
Yeah.
So Lewandowski, since he's arrived on the scene for Bayern Munich, they've just gone on to be undefeated. Bayern Munich, in terms of league titles.
Yeah, since he fucking left.
Yeah, since he left Borussia Dortmund, they've not lost a Bundesliga title. I know Borussia Dortmund is essentially a supplier to Bayern Munich, but
they're
again,
the Southampton of Liverpool.
Yes. Sad.
True.
But it's very interesting because we had this conversation about Neymar, about like not playing in the most competitive league. I think Bundesliga is more competitive.
I do too.
Than the French league. I think that's understandable. Or I mean, everyone I think can agree on that.
You can wrap your head around that.
Yes, wrap. Yes. Scoobity poop poop the boopity boop 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 poppity boop. But the thing is, like, after you get the Bayern Munich, after you get the Borussia Dortmund, who's left?
Right, and Kevin asked me that today.
Yes. Like, I'm sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Kev asked me that today, and I was just like, well, you got Red Bull Leipzig. You used to have Wolfsburg.
Exactly.
And so it's similar.
Borussia Mönchengladbach,
and then Bayer Leverkusen. But like, let's be fucking honest with ourselves. It's Dortmund or
Bayern.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry. Is that what you were gonna say?
It was, but I forgot I said Dortmund first.
Were you about to be like, it's Dortmund
or Dortmund
or Dortmund?
I actually was gonna say it's Dortmund or Borussia, and then I was like,
I've had people at parties be like, beer or beer. So that's what I felt like right there. It's like, no, I'll take a beer then.
Beer sounds good.
Beer sounds great. Yeah, I mean that's possibly a knock because they always win outright by like 20 bajillion points in the Bundesliga. The Bayern is always like midway through the season, you're like, oh wow, Bayern's ahead by 20 points. As per usual. So, and plus he has so many supporting casts, which we're not going to take that as a factor. Like who has the best, because Messi and Ronaldo usually have the best supporting cast around them as well. So we can't make that a knock on who is the third best player in the world.
I mean, these guys all do, if we're being fucking honest. They all have excellent supporting cast.
So for Lewandowski, me and Martin don't follow Bundesliga as much as we should. We follow mostly Premier League, but obviously when they're in the Champions League, we follow them very thoroughly, especially when they play Bayern or if they happen to be on Fox Sports. I'll watch them, but I usually know, like when I see Bayern Munich going up against anyone that's not Borussia Dortmund, I expect a rout.
Absolutely. Subtract like the weird like coincidences where like actual soccer gods intervene and say, Bayern, you need to chill. We can't have you beating everyone 7-0. You guys have to lose this one. Yeah,
so, I mean, in our comment section on our social media, Lewandowski got a lot of votes or a lot of comments where a lot of people were like, I can't believe you let out Lewandowski, but this is one of the reasons we're laying him out. And we're not trying to take away from Lewandowski's greatness. What we're trying to say is Lewandowski is fucking amazing. He is definitely in the conversation to being the third best player, but we have to talk about the whole story. If we just talked about how great they are, then what are we doing? That's not fair. Like when we talk about everyone, we try and talk about all the faults in all the players. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't score enough goals. He might have the best assists, might make the best plays, doesn't score enough goals.
And defensively, he's shite.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, same with Neymar. Neymar falls off. Neymar has an attitude.
Well, all these people are defensively shit except Griezmann, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, I mean, aside like players going forward, I mean, it's not really their role. But like what we're trying to say is like there's a reason they're not 1 and 2. There's a couple reasons, you know what I mean? But that's Lewandowski. I mean, fucking absolutely ridiculous. If there is a ball being crossed into the box, Lewandowski is probably going to win that 9 times out of 10, and it's going to be in the back of the net.
He's like Giroud 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Like, not as good looking, but way more talented.
Yes.
Way better at finishing. But has Lewandowski ever scored a scorpion goal?
Probably.
No. Shit, probably. Let's move on to Harry Kane, the most British-looking British person since Harry Maguire.
Who is Harry Maguire?
Or Maguire, what's his name?
Toby?
Is it Toby Maguire?
Spider-Man?
No, the guy on what's it called?
Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah.
It's,
Harry Maguire.
I'm gonna trust you on that. Henry.
Henry? Is that Henry?
Fact check us.
Look up most British-looking soccer player ever. I'm pretty sure he'll come up. Harry Kane, who, if Mohamed Salah wasn't here to steal the trophy from him, would have won Golden Boot this year.
He was only 2 goals behind him, lest we forget.
And he went out in like March, and we were talking, I think March, right? And we were talking about like, oh, he won't make it till the end of the season. He'll be out the rest of the season.
He might not make it to the World Cup. That's how doctors were fucking talking
about his, was it ankle injury?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about like he wasn't going to be, motherfucker comes back.
2 weeks, right?
I don't know. Something around, it was a short time span.
Ridiculous.
And just go, and he's like, shit, I'm not winning the Golden Boot. Like he literally goes this like he has this like oh shit like when you turn off your alarm and like you fall back asleep, he like wakes up about to be late for work and he's like oh shit, and literally doesn't shower, wears whatever he was wearing and runs to work. He's like shit, I need to get there, and like tries to win a Golden Boot last minute, which he almost fucking did.
I know, it's insane. And I think one of the things that impresses me the most. Sorry, I can't fucking talk. Impresses me the most about Harry Kane is his will to fucking win. His will to win awards. And like, I mean, we saw that Harry Kane got a lot of shtick for claiming a goal that might or might not have been his.
Oh, should he have 29?
I don't give a fuck because look, nobody else came close, and the joke isn't even funny anymore.
It's still pretty funny.
If it was about a Liverpool player, I would 100% be like still like on my knees cracking up against it. But I think Harry Kane has proven that he not only belongs in the Premier League, but he is the face of not only Tottenham but England this year. And you'd be hard pressed to find another one who is the face of their own team and their national team, with the exception of these guys that we're naming right now. Yeah, it bit me in my ass.
Besides like Neymar, Lewandowski,
Salah,
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne, I guess that's a toss-up.
Kevin, that's who I looked at the first, and I was just like, shit, they've got everyone.
Yeah, because Belgium, you got like Eden Hazard, Lukaku, fucking Fellaini. He's the face.
Kevin, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I love that someone commented Mario Fellaini.
Dude, it's my boy. It's Senia.
Senia, yeah, he's asked us questions on the podcast before. He's
a United fan. We're actually I'm actually probably gonna see him this weekend at the Black Sheep.
Oh, is he from Philly?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dope.
If there is any Manchester United or Chelsea fans in the city of Philadelphia, your boy Martin is gonna be at the Black Sheep pub at 11 a.m. on Saturday. The game starts at 12:15 if you want to get there then. But I'm gonna be there, and I'll have some stickers, and I'm gonna be drinking.
No, we won't.
Don't we have those small stickers?
Oh, you want the mini ones?
Yeah, we got those.
We just placed an order for 3x3 inch, which are actually
like this
bigger. Yeah, we're on our YouTube channel, so you can see. But they're like actually like good sized stickers, not the fucking quarter sized ones. We don't have to grab them right now. But for next week for the Champions League final, we think we're gonna go to a Liverpool bar in Philadelphia. Ooh, and
I'm so excited. It looks like a fancy ass place, so we're about to crash that shit.
The Victoria Hall?
Yeah, that's
Victoria
it. That's
something,
it.
yeah. We're going to get in suits. We're going to bring the camera. We're going to interview Liverpool fans before the Champions League final, get a feel, and then go watch the game with them and get fucked up.
And then interview them again afterwards, drunk.
And give out some fucking stickers. Get some post-match reactions because we're journalists.
Yeah, we are.
We are big J journalists.
We put the journal in journalism.
Don't talk about my journal on the podcast, please.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Kevin puts the journal in journalism.
Stop it. Okay. Are we done with Harry Kane? Is that good enough?
Yeah, Harry's dope.
Okay. I'm drinking on an empty stomach, so I'm already like...
That's about...
I'm on my second pounder. My second pound.
You had a fucking salad today, so...
I know. I'm trying to be healthy, and it's bullshit. Let's move on to Antoine Griezmann. Who, is like literally like always the bridesmaid, never the bride when it comes to winning anything. Has been the 2 Champions League finals, right? 2 and lost against Real Madrid. I know at least one.
He's been to one.
Oh, he's been to one because he came later. Went to the Europe final against
Portugal.
Against Portugal. Well, I was going to say Ronaldo, which is not too
Fair.
far off. And lost. But he's always been just so phenomenal, but just has never won any silverware. He wasn't with Atletico when they won the league. He came after that. So he doesn't really have any silverware to his name, but he's always one of the, like when I watch him, he passes the eye test without a question. I think Antoine has been absolutely phenomenal every time I watched him. He just can't seal the deal. It doesn't seem like, and he never really gets individual awards because he's always being overshadowed by Messi and Ronaldo in La Liga. If they weren't there, I think he'd probably be up there in the conversation for best La Liga player. I mean, we're putting him in the conversation for best third player in the world, which now I feel now that I've been talking, I'm like talking myself out of putting him in the third best player in the world.
I kind of thought about this earlier, and I thought more about it on my ride home, and I've been thinking about this all day. It feels like Antoine Griezmann is forced into every conversation as to the top talent, let alone being number 3 in the world. Mm-hmm. Is he the best in La Liga? Is he the best player on Atletico Madrid? Because it feels like Antoine Griezmann had a phenomenal fucking season when he led Atletico Madrid to the Champions League final. But in the 2 seasons after that, and in the Euros, and when I watch him on the national team, I genuinely don't think he is anywhere close to top 5 in the world quality.
I would say top 10 now.
I'd say top 10, top 12, because I think he's fucking good. But do I think he can lead a team like the rest of the players that we just mentioned? I genuinely do not, because every time they go up against Barcelona, every time they go up against Real Madrid, every time Real Madrid or France goes up against a team that's better than them, and then in the Euros worse than them, Antoine kind of fucking disappears. And I genuinely do not think that he's top 5 worthy anymore.
Oh no, he kind of has like an Ozil effect. Like when he went up against Marseille, fucking put work on them, worked them so hard, got 2 goals.
Right, but it's Marseille and the Europa League,
and then shrinks and like hits a penalty off the post.
Yeah,
right. Or was that Fernando Torres?
That was Felipe Luis.
No, who hit the penalty? Oh, not in
Are
the
you
Champions League final.
Champions League
final. Yeah, well, Felipe Luis didn't shoot a penalty.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fuck. I think I'm kind of drunk. So
the guy who cried after no, it was Juan Fran. Oh, sorry, my bad. Juan Fran. If you stopped listening already, then
that's fine. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, like I love Antoine. I want him to win so bad. I am the biggest Antoine fan.
As am I. Yeah.
It's just even when he had that stupid purple hair.
Okay, I did hate him for that.
Yeah. Well, my biggest hater in these skinny genification of soccer is Hector Bellerin. But he's my own problem as an Arsenal fan. Yeah, you got to hate your own. Like,
you do have to hate your own.
I feel like for you, it's like Pogba.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah, I mean, you love him. Like I love when he plays so well, but you hate his social media modeling bullshit.
It's despicable.
Insta-famous shit.
You should just stick to soccer, only soccer, pour everything into soccer. And if you want to talk about politics, do it. But don't do weird haircuts, man.
And modeling, I don't know. I just get bummed out about that
do too.
because I'm like, fuck.
It's
I
like
don't know.
old
I'm not
school
getting it.
hockey
I'm not
versus
getting
new school hockey. That's
I'm
it.
not getting into it. So yeah, those are a couple of our top 3 candidates for the third best player in the world. I'm so dumb. Who else? We'll wrap this up by saying, like, who else could we throw in there?
You could throw in Suarez.
Oh, yeah, Luis Suarez, who usually is in the top 3 conversation and should be. I mean, a couple years ago, like, scored a ridiculous amount of goals. I think he probably should have won the Ballon d'Or, like, over Ronnie, but it's I know, I'm just saying, because he scored like fucking like 60 goals and it was like ridiculous in a season. Like, I don't know if it was 60, but it was like a ridiculous amount. And Luis Suarez always just been an absolute just like top 10 player in the world.
Yeah, I think his legacy and the pundits' view of Luis Suarez is always going to be fucking marred by Luis Suarez, because the dude bites people. Yeah, he bites people. He's racist. And
well, there's allegations of him being racist. We can't say he's racist.
Okay, we saw him being racist.
We possibly may have saw him being racist. We can't just say he's being racist.
Have you fucking seen Patrice Evra?
Okay, yes, okay. Yes, okay. So we can. I just don't want to make a claim that we're saying that Suarez is.
He's not racist all the time. I don't fucking know how he feels, but there was a racial incident.
But John Terry's definitely. I mean,
he's a rapist.
Oh yeah, in the face. He looks like one. John Terry looks like a rapist in the face.
I think
he's not. He's not one. We're not saying he's one. We're saying that he looks like one.
He's a defender of rape. No.
Should we stop with that?
Yeah.
Okay, we move on.
Hold on.
Okay.
Kev, do you still want to do that chip challenge?
Chip challenge? No, I don't want to do that tonight.
All right.
Cool. We're gonna do a thing where I eat really spicy food or a sauce and try and name all the Invincibles, and then Martin's gonna try and name the 2008 squad. We're not doing that tonight. We're gonna save that for a special video. Tuesday. Who's another like top player in the world?
You could. I mean, if we're gonna move from forwards to midfielders, I would say Toni Kroos, Luka Modric.
Yeah.
And then if you move to defenders, the two top defenders in the world right now, according to my view and thoughts, is Sergio Ramos and either Chiellini or Mats Hummels. That's who I would put.
Oh, Matt Hummels is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then goalkeepers, you have De Gea. Neuer's been hurt, but Oblak. Oblak's had a phenomenal season.
Jean Oblak.
Yeah, I think Oblak's been absolutely just phenomenal all season. He's just such a... I want him at Arsenal so bad. Please replace Peter Cech.
Atletico
Petter.
Atleti has a fucking phenomenal recent goalkeeper history. They had Courtois, they had David De Gea, now they've got Jean Oblak, and it's truly like, really, you've got 3 of some of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Whoever is the scout, the goalkeeping scout, fucking hire him.
Yeah,
because whatever he's doing it so right.
He's killing it. And their second string, his name is Martino, I want to say, Atletico's second string goalkeeper, is also fucking phenomenal. So it's insane.
Wow. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up, right? Do we have any more?
There's probably somewhere missing.
There's probably somewhere missing, but hey, you can hit us up on our social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can fucking tell us we're wrong. Awesome. Please tell us we're wrong.
We probably are.
We probably are, because we're idiots. But hey, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay tuned for, I guess, our next one, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay. Bye, guys.